Hello everyone, this is Fred from Bob back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at the Transformers Age of the Primes Micronus Prime with Apex Armor. So before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below which that video, or what else you'd like to see in a video. So onto the figure himself, here we have the Apex Armor fully armed up, and it looks really good. Could have used some more paint in certain areas, or, something, just to make it look more interesting, I guess. But I guess what we get isn't too bad. Let's take a quick look at that face sculpt, and it looks generic, which works for the Apex armor, if you ask me. It's technically supposed to be worn by anyone and like just about anything. If we go off Transformers Prime, saying that a human wore the Apex armor, but yeah, looks good nonetheless. And you do get some nice silver for his visor and the shoulders. You also get the artifact for Micronus Prime, which is the world's tiniest symbol for the guy. Like, golly, I know he's a minicon, but like, come on, you could have made it just a little bigger for the guy. But anyways, you do get some nice silver for his waist section, and I do like how detailed these are molded wise. So not too bad. Now, as far as articulation, the head can do a full 360. It's just very awkward to grab just due to this piece right here. But you can get it to rotate, and I just squished down Micronus' face in the armor, so oopsies. Shoulders can't do a full 360 if you have these pieces right here like this. I wish they could pop off and, be handheld weapons, but oh well. Now, you can lift up the seat and bring these down so that way you can get the full 360, but that would create a problem with the legs, so whichever is going to be more important for you. But you do get the full outward movement. You get a very tight bicep rotation on my copy at least. 90 degrees of elbow bend with wrist rotation. Getting this back down to its normal position. Legs can, go back that far, go forward that far, full splits and then some. I was getting ahead of myself. Thigh rotation. Only on this leg would you have to do this. Get this peg out of the way. So that way you can get the full on bend at the knee. And I do like how they got this to work. That is very nice. So, and you do get ankle tilt. You do get a little bit of toe joint up and down as well, getting this untabbed. If that would serve any purpose for you. For me, it kind of doesn't, just because it's going to be a little bit looser than the actual joint it's supposed to be on. So, yeah. But as interesting as this armor looks, where's Micronus? Well, he's on the inside. So, opening it up, and hey, look, there is Micronus. So we're going to go ahead and pull him out. Go ahead and close up the Apex armor. So this side first, just due to this one having the artifact and everything. So get this tabbed in. You also want to make sure that this goes right under the other one. So get this under. Now I also have issues with the waist not wanting to tab in, and of course now it's wanting to work just fine. So I don't know, maybe it's just something to do with Micronus being in there, but it's tabbing in just fine now, sort of. So, but speaking of not tabbing in, this section right here, just, I don't know. I've tried different ways. It just does not want to stay tabbed in. But anyways, here we have Micronus in his little disc form, and it looks cute. That reminds me of those Autobot minicons from RID 15. But you get the nice giant minicon logo done in, I want to say, an aqua. I could be wrong on the color. It looks good nonetheless. Pretty much everything that you see is painted is raised up as well, which is very nice. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get down to transformation for Micronus. So to get started, you want to bring down the feet and legs. So get this untabbed, bring it down. Then for the arms, you're going to untab them from up here and bring them up on this joint right here. Rotate down at the shoulder. Go ahead and rotate at the knee itself. So get this all rotated. And finally, rotate around the head, and there you go. There you have Micronus fully transformed, and it looks very much so like his RID R8015 counterpart. So let's take a quick look at that face sculpt. And they did a good job on it considering how tiny it is. Get some nice silver for the face. I want to say his eyes are painted yellow. It's kind of hard to tell considering how tiny he is. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Now the fists are painted silver, but that could have really used another 2 coats minimum. But oh well. But at least his toes are painted silver, which is nice. You do also get some silver on either side of his forearms. So not too bad. Now as far as articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so full on 360. He can look up, but after a certain point, just kind of, weird, just because it's so far in. But anyways, shoulders on a ball joint, full 360. You get out that far. You get 90 degrees of elbow bend with the bicep at the elbow itself. Nothing at the waist, just due to how tiny he is. But legs can move forward that far, back that far, full splits. You get at the knee rotation along with a 180 knee bend. So yeah, not too bad. Now, I'm not a fan of him being mostly transparent plastic, but time will tell on that one. I'm just hoping someone is like 3D scanning this guy and going to be able to make him into a 3D print just on the safe side. So yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and set down Micronus so that way we can do a quick size comparison. And here we have G1 Sideswipe. G2 Sideswipe wanted his cousin here. So, but yeah, nonetheless, looks really good. He's a lot shorter than I thought he was going to be, honestly, but not too bad. And it is also comically just how small he is. Like, he barely comes up to the knee of Sideswipe. So, setting him back there. So, yeah, overall, these two are very good looking together. But wait, there's more. The Apex armor can transform too. So, setting him off to the side. So, let's go ahead and get started. To start, just rip off the arms and kind of set those off to the side. So, get this ripped off. Go ahead and open up the chest area. Flip in the waist panels. Take the head, flip it down, and make sure you push it in all the way. Then go ahead and pull out the waist. When you're transforming him back, you want to make sure that these tabs right here are facing back. So you're going to leave the Apex armor or at least the torso section like this. For the legs, you're going to rotate down the waist section so the tabs are facing down. Go ahead and flip out this peg. Get the feet situated, so flip them over, flip these over, then rotate them inwards, flip them up. Do the same thing for this side, and make sure that they are tabbed together. And we're going into the weaponizer mode first, so that is why this peg is left out. So, bringing in Sideswipe again, you just want to go ahead and start attaching things to him. And honestly, I think this is a weak weaponizer. It's more so just like, hey, we have some pegs on this guy. Let's just slap him on people and say he's a weaponizer. So, yeah, especially this giant backpack section. That's just, I don't know what they were thinking, but this is just lazy. And yeah, I mean, granted, the arms work, the tire kind of sort of works. The backpack is where it just falls apart. Like, there's nothing you can do with this. So, yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and go into the full-on bike mode now. So get this undone. Thank you, Sideswipe, for being a good sport. So go ahead and reopen up the wheel. Flip in that peg, and then re-tab everything back together. And what you're going to do here is, you're also going to lift up this section, flip these down, bring this section down, and then you're going to line up these 4 peg holes with these 4 pegs on the spoke of the wheel. So get this all lined up, tab that in, then get this lined up, come on, nope, that one's close. Come on. Line up. There we go. I think. Nope. Why aren't you wanting to line up? There we go. Get this all nice and tabbed in. Then to fold these in, you got this tab going into that port right there. So get this tabbed in. Get that tabbed in. Give it a nice squeeze. You want to bring in the arms. Make sure that the thumb is facing down. And it will tab in right there. So get this tabbed in. And get this tabbed in. And finally, go ahead and bring these down so the bike can actually stand. And there you go. There you have it in its unicycle mode. And yeah, that's just kind of, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, that is for sure. But let's take a quick look at the details. Get some nice paint right there. Looks decent enough. You get the giant M4 Micronus. So, and at least the pipes are done in some nice details, so not too bad. And it does roll pretty decently, all things considering. So. But Micronus can ride it. You just want to take the shoulders, bring him up, and rotate his hands. And just go ahead and get his hands tapped on. Tap that on, and it looks more like now bike is going too fast for him. But go ahead and split the legs. Bring him down, and his feet are supposed to tab in right there, but it's more of a suggestion than anything else. So, yeah, not too bad. And if you really wanted to also put him in disc mode, and he can attach to his port right back here. So, something funny if you wanted to do that. But anyways, for a real quick size comparison, G2 Sideswipe. So this is a big bike, and of course the bikes are never going to scale with anything in your collection other than maybe Masterpiece from Chug. So yeah. But anyways, as far as Micronus goes, it's a good, honestly this package deal is interesting, funny, but honestly pretty decent. So definitely recommend picking them up. I know I didn't do size comparisons with the other Primes. I don't have enough space on my desk. Sorry. But in the next Prime video, I promise I will do that. And no, it's not going to be Onyx Prime. I'm not picking him up. He just doesn't do it for me. So, but anyways, I think that is about it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more video reviews.